From baby gas to spawn eggs with actual designs, here are 240 Minecraft things you didn't know about.
Although it doesn't look it, villagers can actually wear armor. They can even wear mob heads and pumpkins, but nobody wants to see that. You can use dispensers to equip it to them, and even put enchantments on each piece of armor, including Thorn's enchantment. God, that's an embarrassing death message. Oh, and by the way, that mob head thing works on piglins too, and it's somehow even worse! Everyone knows how cowardly villagers are, especially around anything that even has a possibility of hurting them. But I bet you never noticed they actually sweat during raids. At least, I heard that sweat. They really don't have much to worry about though, because some of these villagers actually have morals? These scary ex-guys called Vindicators refuse to kill baby villagers, so at least when they grow up, they can rebuild the village. Never mind. You can get floating Minecraft tracks by placing them on trapdoors and flipping them down. Aside from this just looking really weird, you can make some pretty crazy traps with this, as all the rails disappear at once when anything updates them. If you feed a cookie to your parrot in Minecraft, they will die! No joke, I feel bad for the kid that figured that out. While this wasn't always in the game, Mojang later realized cookies are actually toxic to parrots, so changed the game to be more realistic. So if your friend gets a new parrot, you know what to bring! Woohoo! In Minecraft's April Fool's update, Mojang added an item called the Ankle Monitor, which, when put on, works like the curse of binding, making you unable to take it off and slower whilst wearing it. Minecraft Hood Edition coming out in 2023. Ever noticed that light grey stained glass truly ruin your friendship? Try building this in someone's roof, and add a hopper and dispenser to shoot out the eggs the chicken lays. Their house will be filled with baby chicks in no time, and they'll have no idea why. Every Minecraft player knows the pain of panes look exactly the same as an empty inventory slot. This means you can secretly fill somebody's inventory with them, or worse, fill all their chests with them. And if you name them all differently, they'll have to slowly remove every single piece individually. Speaking of chests, they're a perfect way to test the strength of your friendship. With a comparator, some pistons, and a diamond, you can test exactly how much you should be trusting your friends. One of the best parts about pranking somebody is being able to see their reaction when they realize what's happening, and nothing does that better than this setup made by Grian. Nobody can resist the satisfaction of punching out a huge tower of scaffolding, so build one up above somebody's house, but have it hold just a single block of lava like this. When your friend goes to break it and realizes what's happened, it's already too late, and you'll get to watch them scramble to try and stop it. Another of Grian's devious inventions is the boat bomb, and this one's even simpler. All you've got to do is craft a ton, and I mean a ton of boats, and chuck them on top of a hopper, and dispense them all out like this. As soon as an unsuspecting explorer comes along and tries to get in, yeah, I'll make sure they find this themselves, so you don't have to help clean it up. Speaking of bombs, I'm sorry, did you know that TNT dropped into an end portal doesn't actually explode until you jump in yourself? It even keeps its fuse length, so if you drop it from around 70 blocks up, it'll instantly blow up whoever is unfortunate enough to head through next, along with all the valuable gear they were bringing too. But if you want a more permanent house that's just as quick to build, try bone mealing a red mushroom, chucking a floor in, adding some decorations, and you've got a perfect little fairy tale house that definitely wasn't meant to be a base. If you hide a leashed chicken underground, you can attach the lead to a fence and make what kind of looks like a floating balloon house. You can add some actual balloons up top, and you've basically got the house from up. You know those little waterfalls that come out of mountains? They're perfect for secret entrances. Just break one block behind the source and dig down a little, and then you're free to build anything you want down there. Just be careful not to place any lights too close to the entrance, because that looks sus. If you use invisible item frames with the fake block trick from before, you can create one-way glass that you can use to secretly spy on all of your friends. This one definitely feels illegal. Uh-oh. It was a creeper! I'm always finding myself running out of room for storage, but who said we're not allowed to just build our house out of barrels or chests? Problem solved. Now I can get all of my items when— Hey! Give that back! Look at all this XP I'm getting from doing nothing. This is because the piglins are angry at me, and when they die, regardless of how they die, they'll give me XP. I like to lure them into this lava trap. I don't even have to lift a finger to kill them. Now I can relax and not pay attention at all. I'm bouncing on a real working trampoline. It's standing on wooden fence posts. Has a ladder up to the bouncy slime blocks covered with carpet and surrounded in colorful blocks for a frame. The net around the trampoline is made using chains and rods to create structure just like a real trampoline. Now, check how high I could jump! This is the smallest Minecraft house with everything you could need. The walls are trapdoors, there's a furnace and crafting table in the ground, and a bed on top of them. 2 blocks deep, you put some water with a single block farm on top. There's a chest in the ground and a loom beside that. With trapdoors on top, you have a single block of space to crawl around in and access everything.
everything. No, my entire home is gone! At one point, Mojang planned to add a red dragon? According to Jeb, this dragon was meant to hatch out of the Ender Dragon's egg. However, the idea was scrapped in 2014. But I don't believe that, so I'll be sitting on my dragon egg to keep it warm. This update will come any day now. I can feel it! This is really hurting my bum. How do chickens do it? Ah! The ground is alive! Well, it looks like it anyways. The trick is that the black blocks are higher up from the ground than the pink underlay, and are a few blocks tall. The perspective changes as you move, and glimpses of the pink can be seen peeking out from a flash of color. It's so distracting, you'll forget about all your problems. This house holds a massive secret. It looks like an ordinary basic Minecraft home, until you get a little closer and see that it's actually absolutely enormous. Each pixel is its own individual block, placed one by hand, until a whole block is created. Then it's copy and pasted to craft this house. Make your move speed extra fast to give the impression that this is a normal size house and you fly into it. Hopefully no giants live here. Oh god! Morning.
We're all pretty aware of Minecraft's food chain now. Creepers hate ocelots, foxes hate chickens and rabbits, Mallow hates dogs, but one toxic relationship you probably don't know about is that polar bears hate foxes. It doesn't usually go too well for the polar bears though, as foxes are way faster. And because foxes can step on powder snow just fine, the bears are sometimes baited in and get stuck. On the topic of foxes though, I have to know, am I stupid for not knowing this next one? Foxes don't just attack rabbits and chickens by walking up and biting them. They also sneak up and pounce on them by jumping super high into the air. What's crazier is that if they land on snow, they'll actually get stuck and shake around trying to free themselves. I swear these guys have been in the game for ages and I've never seen this. I must be an idiot, right? Slime blocks, honey blocks, and hay bales can all be used to reduce fall damage when using a drop chute. But they all have drawbacks. Instead, put a waterlogged chest at the bottom. You won't take any fall damage, you don't bounce, and it doesn't slow you down. The Minecraft soundtrack changes depending on what time of day it is, meaning if you want a certain soundtrack to play, just use the command and change it back to the time of day you remember it playing at. Oh man, this track is so beautiful. Oh! Who said it today? Who? Huh? I know karate! Because soul sand isn't a full block, you can't really place falling blocks on top of it. Or at least without having your blocks turn into fragile block entities. If you've ever created a staircase, you'd realize how annoying it is to have to go up and down and back up again. Who invented stairs? I will fight you! But there's a way out of the never-ending pain. Because if you place a torch on the block you're using, you can place a block on the side. And if you keep recycling your torches, you'll soon enough have a really long staircase. Just don't look at it from the side. Dripstone works too if you're not feeling that mean, but let's face it, you'd rather blow them up. Another great way to blow someone sky high is with TNT minecarts. Sure, there's all these ways to create nukes with them, but let's face it, you're gonna have to end up cleaning that up. So instead, if someone has a railway down to their mines, just add a couple TNT minecarts at the end. When they run into them and blow up, if anything, you're just helping them mine. Since they were added in the 1.13 update, bubble columns have been the absolute best elevator solution we've had. And conveniently, there's tons of ways to trap them and make your friends' lives just a little bit worse. The easiest is to surround the top in obsidian, so they have to spend ages mining it while underwater to get out. But my personal favorite is to shoot a bunch of tipped arrows in the water that hit anyone coming up. Instant damage or poison works to give them a real scare, but I prefer to use slowness to create just the tiniest inconvenience for them. Okay, everybody knows about the painting entrance by now, but what if we use that to our advantage? All people do is walk into the painting to see if there's anything hidden, but this painting has a pressure plate behind it you can activate with an item. I guarantee you, nobody will find this one. Let's face it, everybody's realized that amethyst is pretty useless, so I don't think anyone would mind you setting up camp inside one. They're the perfect size to fit all your decorations in, and crimson wood goes perfectly with the amethyst color. That's just cherry wood if you're living in the future. Gathering materials for a base can take forever. Why not just cut that part out entirely? Leaves are the fastest block to collect in the game, so just shear a bunch of them and build your house out of those. I'd make sure to set up a few lightning rods though, because that could go very wrong. Standing next to lava is safe as long as you don't fall in, right? Wrong! If you're next to lava when standing on soul sand or mud, it's lethal. How did I get sound fire? Mud is wet! Fix your game, Mojang! We all love adorable little ocelots. However, Minecraft thinks they're violent monsters. They're considered hostile, so in peaceful mode, they're not allowed to spawn. I think that's crazy. These adorable little kitties wouldn't hurt a fly. Right, Mittens? Oh god, Mittens got into the chicken
it go! Look at this cute little plushie! Just dig a hole 1 block deep, push 4 armor strands into that place in an X formation. Equip them with leather chest pieces, and then plant black wool on top. The wool will turn the leather black to match, and then you can put a banner in front to act as the face. Oh, so cute. I shall defend it with my life! Yeah! Everyone loves a white Christmas, and you can make one whenever you want by simulating snowfall just outside the window. This is done with a carpet duplicator just above the window, constantly breaking pieces, causing the particles to fall down. Inside the house, it looks just like a snowy day. Wait, but I'm in the desert! Remember the Farlands? You can't get to them now as they've been blocked off with end-of-world barriers, but back before Beta 1.8, you could go so far from spawn that the world fell apart. Numbers became impossible, and infinity became reality. You'd fall through the world as the fabric of reality tore itself apart. That sounds too scary for me. Good thing there's nothing scary in modern Minecraft. Minecraft used to spawn you with every item in the game. You would start in a place called Indev House, made of mossy cobblestone, full of chests with every block and item in the game, free to use at your leisure. But once the survival testing began, humanity was cast out into the cold and the dark. I'm sorry, Mojang. What did we do to deserve this? Aside from writing swear words out of diamond blocks. Potion making used to be easy. Just fill a cauldron with water, slap in some ingredients, and scoop out a bunch with a bottle. Voila! Instant potions ready to use. Now we have to use a brewing stand with its blaze powder and its spiral tubes. Why can't I brew potions like a wicked witch in a hut cursing children with invisibility? Instead I have to act like a hipster brewing homebrewed drinks that nobody wants. Watch out when looking at houses though, as some can look right back at you. This building has giant gaps built into it, which are dark on the inside, except for these activated redstone eyes that stare at you. And if you try to move to the side, the eyes will follow wherever you go. Stop following me! This building is a trap. Get too close to the wall and you'll slip right through into the void. One of the wall panels isn't actually there, and the insides are such a flat plain color that it tricks you into thinking it's a wall. Now I just have to find a way out of here. Uh-oh. This building is stretching! The black and white colors obscure shadows, so it becomes difficult to judge whether it's flat or mountainous. When moving toward or away from them like this, it gives the impression of swelling and shrinking like a living creature, pulsating in front of you. It's like a pulsating pimple. Makes me wanna pop it. This illusion makes you hallucinate. Stare into the black cross in the center of this image. Don't look away no matter what, and watch as this green cross starts circling the center. If you look away, you'll see it's just the pink crosses moving around in the other direction. When you focus on the center, your brain just has to fill in the gaps with what it thinks looks correct, and it can get completely tricked. The green cross is a hallucination. Are you a hallucination too?
In Bedrock Edition, if you name a boat in an anvil, it'll actually show up as a name tag above. Cool, right? I bet Java Edition has an equally cool mechanic. Oh, it doesn't show up. And it's gone completely. You can actually send minecarts to the Nether. All you have to do is set up train tracks leading directly to a Nether portal. Load those babies up. When they disappear, you can go through the portal and find all the glorious minecarts you sent over. The flower, Lily of the Valley, looks the exact same from any angle you look at it through. It's sort of like a Minecraft illusion, which means the lily is always watching you. Don't kill that baby pig. You know it doesn't give you meat. Don't kill it! Here's a nice trick to try on a blind person. If you cover lava with string, nearby players won't be able to hear the lava, meaning that sucker won't even know what hit him. Oh, I'm such a great YouTuber. Subscribe, by the way. Yes, this is a call to action. The lily is watching you! One of my favorite ways to set up one of these random clocks is to add a chicken underground somewhere in a small room with a pressure plate. The chicken will walk around slowly and activate whatever you want it to. I recommend a bell because, oh my god, they're loud. If you want to be even more annoying and going to sleep with monsters nearby, I think this phrase will still haunt us in 20 years. All you've got to do is bring over a mob, name tag it, and hide it underneath your friend's bed. A creeper is best for this because it's silent and it'll take forever for your friend to find it. And when they do, most people think underwater bases have to be super complicated and hard to build, but you can actually just chuck a bed and some chests down and it works fine, if you can hold your breath. Honey blocks are actually just a tiny bit smaller than a regular block, which means you shoot directly through them. It means you can also use them to create secret perilous pathways to your hidden base. Bonus points if you chuck some dripstone at the bottom to really make it dangerous. For some weird reasons, you can phase straight through shulker boxes if you open them in a certain way. All you have to do is stand on top of one with a roof above your head, and it'll push you down and through to whatever you've built below. Speaking of shulker boxes, they're actually invisible when you get far away enough, just the same as beds and chests. So to create your very own totally invisible base, just head up a couple hundred blocks, build a shulker box platform, place a bed, and you're golden. Nobody will ever find this. But sky bases can sometimes be a little annoying to reach. So for a super accessible and equally hidden base, try this. Head to any snowy biome and stick some scaffolding underneath a random block. Put the snow back and you've made a completely undetectable underground base, and one that looks really funny to enter too.
Did you know that the fastest way to break a beacon is with your fists? That's because beacons don't react to any enchantment or to what tool you're using at all. I'm not sure why Mojang chose not to fix this, but breaking a beacon with an efficiency 5 pickaxe doesn't make it go any faster than ripping it apart with your bare hands. Either that or I'm just so incredibly strong. Oh, my hand.
How about throwing a pizza party?
Picture frames holding campfires look like pizza slices. The actual pizza box has 2 trapdoors, one over a 2-block pit with 3 layers of snow. Put an armor stand on that with a pumpkin head and drop it through the trapdoor, and the top of the pumpkin will peek out. Add a bunch of different angles and you've got a kind of round pizza. Now you can distract the golems with pizza and they won't attack anyone. You can make a real working chair that looks totally seamless. Put a minecart built above a chest in the ground. Break the block above to let the cart drop out of the chest. Next, add a wooden slab and push it into the cart with a piston. Then build the rest of the chair around it. Wait, someone messed with this chair. Those rails? Ah! Everyone knows playing chess makes you look super smart. So, make a chess set by pushing 4 armor stands into the same pit, putting chainmail helmets on them, and pushing a smooth quartz slab in from above. Black and white candles look like chess pieces to complete the set.
Who wants a game?
I'm super good. I even know that these guys are called horsies. Wait, is that Magnus Carlsen? Ah!
This lava doesn't hurt me at all.
That's because it's a lava spawner and not actual lava. It acts as a solid block, but can be built upon, doesn't set anything on fire, and doesn't emit any light. The purpose of it was to generate lava all around it. It would create real lava blocks over time that would act like normal lava. So technically you could build a wooden house on it, but it wouldn't last long. Some of Minecraft's great mysteries were lost in patches too. In Java Edition 1.2.1, Sandstone had 2 extra textures that could be generated, creating cryptic patterns. This diamond with eyes peeking out, and this set of 4 symbols, a creeper face, Steve, an eye, and a block or slab. What were the meanings behind this strange display? I'll dedicate my life to finding out. Nah, I'm bored. Let's go fight a dragon. Ever wanted to make a cloud? Probably not. But this illusion lets you do just that. It's just a lot of stained glass block walls layered with a block gap between each layer. Make enough of them and make them big enough, and the edges fade, looking realistically fluffy like a real cloud. Makes you want to dive into it. Ow. Pop quiz, which is darker, the left or the right? Trick question, they're both the same color. Haha. Your brain figures out color by referencing the colors around it. So if the yellow is next to more white blocks, then it appears light. Put it next to these green blocks though, and the opposite happens. It's a crazy illusion that happens all the time in real life. Minecraft, the most realistic game confirmed. Oh, someone's at the door. This entire house has been rotated and is actually on its side. And that's not a door opening, it's a hole in the floor. Pulling this off even requires a fake sky outside to sell the illusion. It is a nice house though.
Luckily, there is a way to make Enderman completely powerless. Yeah, sort of. Sure, you can just place water at your feet, but that's old news. If you accidentally trigger an Enderman by looking into its eyes, don't look away. For some reason, Enderman won't move at all as long as you hold eye contact. And what do you do from here? Good question. Moving on. Breaking blocks like clay underwater is so annoying! Sure, there's the old door trick, but that's no fun compared to TNT. But Mallow, TNT doesn't work underwater! Wrong! All you need to do is place sand or gravel on top before lighting it, and it works perfectly. It barely even damages you. You can actually do the opposite as well. Placing an anvil on top of TNT before lighting it will stop it from breaking any blocks at all. It doesn't even damage the anvil. And again, you take almost no damage from the blast. Sand or gravel count as entities when falling down, meaning dropping it into a portal will build a nice little sandcastle. Not only that, but you can do the same with lit TNT and even dripstone. If you hit a zombie piglin next to a nether portal in the overworld, an extra zombie piglin can spawn from the nether, even if one isn't nearby. So how does that work, Mojang? Care to explain yourself on that one? Your trident will always come back, as you have the loyalty enchantment. However, if your entire inventory is full while throwing it won't come back to you, and will leave you forever. Or it or do whatever this is, which probably counts as some kind of assault. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. Is your friend one of those people that has a bunch of those drop chutes in their base to get around? A super simple way to mess with them is to simply change the water to a lapis block or blue stained glass. But a lot of people have grown wise to this and will check first. That's why you can add this setup of chests and water at the bottom so you can jump down and be totally fine. But when your friend follows you, he'll have a slightly less safe landing. Another similar trap is to place a drip leaf above a huge pit. When you fall onto it, you'll be totally fine. But it'll flip down when your friend falls and send them into the deep dark pit below. Did you know that observers can tell when you hop in a bed? This gives me an idea. Using a simple circuit with a dispenser, you can create a machine that'll stop them from ever sleeping. There's always one guy that's super protective about their builds and won't let you anywhere near them. And obviously, you can't just blow their base up. Or can you? Well, that didn't work. So instead, if you've got any copper in their build, try using an axe on it to change the color, and then waxing it with honeycomb. Or if they have logs, simply strip them with an axe to change the color. Such a simple troll that will easily ruin any friendships you may have left. Natural structures are basically just pre-built houses for you to use. Shipwrecks and jungle temples work great, but my favorite is the desert temple. Not only does it come with multiple rooms and doorways, it even has a section up top that perfectly fits a fully built beacon. What a time to be alive. Here's how to make a completely hidden base beneath your bed. Dig a hole beneath where your bed will go, add some trapdoors up top, and 2 minecarts placed like this on top of some ladders. Then add 2 beds on top and surround them with more trapdoors. Trust me, nobody's gonna find this. And if they do, ask them why they're sleeping around your bed. You can also just use a stair below the bed, but that's way easier to see. Now, obviously, the best way to hide a base is to simply just put it behind a wall. But breaking and replacing the wall every time is so annoying. But luckily, there's a solution. If you create a stone generator that replaces the block that you break, all you'll have to do is break the blocks each time, and they'll magically cover up the entrance every time. If you're being barraged with arrows, don't worry about it. Sleep it off, because when you're in bed, your hitbox is absolutely tiny. It's just this small box at your head, so any arrows hitting elsewhere pass right through. Wake me up when you skeletons can aim properly. Ow! Did you know that double chests actually have a tiny gap in the center? It's just a few pixels wide, because it's the actual hitbox gap between the 2 chests that was set down. This means you can punch through the gap, shoot through the gap, and they'll pass right through. This is where I hide my secret cake button. That gives me cake. Here, I'll press it. And, hey, where's my cake, you greedy pig? Have you ever seen amazing graffiti and wanted it in your world? I made this amazing graffiti using concrete powder placed in the wall. And the spray cans are colored candles to match the colors on the wall. Wait a minute, I didn't make this graffiti. Hey, you damn kids, get away from my house. Behold the infinite obsidian walls at the center of the world. In the very first version of InfDef Minecraft, there were 2 infinite walls of obsidian that intersected at 0, 0, the center of the world. This was because coordinates hadn't been implemented yet. I mean, how else do you show the center of the world without 2 massive walls that go on forever? That's how I remember important places. You should see my house. It's very expensive. What happened to roses in Minecraft? Well, they got replaced by poppies that you can actually make things with. The same thing happened to cyan flowers, which are now extinct. But hey, who doesn't love a bouquet of poppies for Valentine's Day? Nobody? No wonder I didn't have a girlfriend. This item was never supposed to exist! The crystallized honey was accidentally added in snapshot 19W34A and was removed almost instantly in 19W42A. Some say it was supposed to be a food source, but we'll never know now because it was taken away! Luckily, I have the last remaining piece of honey from all those years ago. Maybe I shouldn't have left it out for years. This waterfall shouldn't exist. The water doesn't rise up at any point as it flows around this track. And yet, as it reaches the end, it hits a waterfall and lands back down. You can even get a minecart to follow the water in its impossible journey. But it's all about perspective. Move away from this spot, and you can see how the minecart rises up to the top. It's a magic trick! Don't tell anyone though, or the magic police will come for me. Witch huts have the ability to spawn, you know, witches. But also, each time one is generated, a black cat will also spawn inside. They do have a tendency to walk off, but this is actually one of only 2 ways to find this sleek variant of Kitty. The only other way is wait until a full moon and venture out into a village, where each cat has a 50% chance of spawning as this magical black version. Have you ever run out of gold for powered rails because you never collect it when you're caving? Don't worry, so has literally everybody else that plays this game, but that means there's a solution! Putting a saddled pig in the minecart makes it go much faster on iron rails. It's kinda weird because you have to press the backwards key to move forwards, but it works just fine otherwise. Piglins are primal tribal creatures and do everything together as a group. Most people know they hunt down hoglins together, but you probably didn't know that there's a small chance that they'll dance together after taking one out. Ever see this mob? Because if you have, you're one of the lucky ones. This is called the Cluck Shroom. And yes, it drops mushrooms. This mob was released exclusively for Minecraft Earth. And with a 2% chance of naturally spawning, you don't want to lose this guy. Mushy? Mushy, why? If you're in Minecraft Bedrock Edition and you catch on fire, don't panic! Just craft a campfire, and you can light it for completely free just from standing on it. Oh man, what a good trade-off. Now that's what I call making the best out of a bad situation. In the early versions of Minecraft InDev, you could stack up to 99 items in Minecraft. This was later changed by Notch to the iconic 64 items you can hold today. Hey, you do you, bro. Everyone knows if you hit a zombie piglin in a swarm, it's not gonna be a fun time for you. However, if you manage to one-shot that same zombie piglin with an overpowered weapon, all of the piglins will get confused and stop targeting you, allowing you to finish them off one by one. Hey, it's fine, they're zombies, so die piglins. Did you know if you splash a potion of poisoning onto a creeper, then let them explode, you'll end up seeing a lingering poison effect? This can be used for blowing up your friend's base, and then finishing their dogs off. Thank me later, you monster. If you're near an ocean with your friend, have them crouch down in front of the water and pay attention to their name tag. If you look closely, you can see the water is transparent, allowing you to see anything you want. So if your friend's got a secret base, we will find it, and we will kill your dogs again. Talking about the ocean, if you take an iron golem and try to sink them, you'll realize they literally can't drown. This means they can stay at the bottom of the ocean for years without taking a single hit of damage. Man, that's just sad. This can't be said for snow golems though. They don't even get to enjoy a swim. Man, that just feels wrong. If somebody has a carpet in their house, they've left themselves open to one of the easiest and most annoying pranks in the game. All it takes is for you to tear up their carpet and place a bunch of water below, and then fill it up with pufferfish. As soon as they walk home and expect to lay down on their comfy, cozy carpet, they'll get a spiky surprise. Don't you think it's weird that all dogs look exactly the same in Minecraft? You can use this to really mess with people. All you've got to do is push someone's dog somewhere hidden and replace it with your own. When your friend comes to grab their dog for walkies, they'll spend ages trying to figure out why they can't make it sit up. Just make absolutely sure that you don't hurt their dog in the process at all. Oh god, I can't help myself! Did you know you can add the curse of binding to a carved pumpkin? And that you can equip carved pumpkins with dispensers? I think you get the idea. You can place a dispenser pretty much anywhere, like under somebody's door. And before they know it, yeah, where's the nearest cliff? I guarantee every one of us has tried to build one of these tree houses in the jungle, but let's face it, they look terrible. Instead, head to a taiga and try this out instead. You can build it in 2 minutes for super cheap, and it keeps you safe from all the mobs. Except phantoms! The cold biomes offer a bunch more cool houses too, including this ice spike base I built when I was just a lad. It's even simpler than the last one. Just clear out some ice, chuck a door on, and now you can pretend you're Superman! The powder snow you can find in these biomes makes for an awesome hidden entrance too. Not only can you hide some in the ground like the scaffold entrance, you can create a hidden ladder up a cliff with it that you can only climb with leather boots. We can take another of Etho's ideas and use a lava curtain to make a hidden entrance. He uses ender pearls, but come on, it's a man cave! Be a man! Ow, it's so hot! Ow! Instead, try placing a minecart behind the lava instead. It will stay hidden and allow you to hop through easily. And it's not so damn painful! With all the carpet traps out there, most people are terrified to even step foot on them, which makes them perfect for the most illegal hidden entrance yet. You can jump on turtle eggs through carpets, and it'll break the carpet as well as the egg, sending you straight down to anything you build below. Sea turtles are endangered in real life, by the way, making this one actually illegal. Check out this zombie that's obsessed with this villager, maybe even in love. Once a zombie targets a villager, it's all they will think about. That's now their soulmates, and they just want to infect them so they can be zombies together. Even when other villagers are available and their target is blocked away, the zombie just cannot give up. It's true love, but he is scaring the other villagers, so I gotta kill him. I found the legendary sword in the stone, Excalibur! Just dispense an armor stand, build stone above it, and put a lightning rod on that. Use a piston to push it down twice into the stand. And now the rod and stand are sticking out of the rock like a sword. Now if I pull it out, I shall be king of Minecraft! You can make working cannons. This hack is built on a wooden frame like a real cannon. It has a stone body leading up to a dispenser and observer. Fill it with fire charges, and you can defend the castle with fire! I'm the real
real king of Minecraft! Ever wanted to play soccer in Minecraft? Make goalposts with quartz and make the net with spider webs. And you can make this even better by using a command to import a soccer ball using a Minecraft head. Unfortunately, you can't kick this ball. This game is gonna take a while. Did you know at one point Steve was removed from Minecraft? Well, sort of. You see, these strange creatures look like a normal player, but behind the eyes, there's a hollow nothingness. They walk in circles, jump randomly, and pass through water like it's nothing at all. What do they want? Have they come to replace me? At least now I won't be so lonely. Have you seen this girl? Probably not. She hasn't been in Minecraft for over a decade. Ever since a developer called Doc left the Mojang team, he had made a bunch of characters, including Rana, the first character to make human pain sounds. She had animations but never used them, instead sliding around with arms outstretched like a human armor stand. Plus, with her limited AI, if you put too many in one place, they would fall off cliffs and die. This mob has no skin at all. Tucha was a character with no face, a blank white design, and had no mouth, so it can't scream. It was probably used to test mob spawning and similar mechanics, but it was removed in 1.2.1_01. I guess I could try to be its friend, but something tells me it's not one for conversation. Let's hide in this massive tower. Oh, but the walls are closing in. Or at least it looks that way, as these straight lines and bands of color make the walls seem like they're bending inwards as you look up at the ceiling. We're safe as can be, as long as I remember to close the door. I'm tired of this. I need to get out of here. And he said, am I in heaven? This place has no walls, no doors, no grass or sky. Just a void, some seats, one for me and one for you. This endless world must be an illusion, right? But I can't see a way out. We're both stuck here. Until you subscribe! I guess we're gonna be here for a while. Have you noticed that different servers will have different amounts of mobs roaming around for seemingly no reason? That's because mob spawn rates are based on how many chunks are rendered by the server, which can heavily fluctuate depending on how good the server is. Luckily, my server is terrible! I can barely see any chunks at all. Though this does mean I can't walk far before losing sight of my house, and I think I'm lost. Hello? This crazy glitch made me fall into my own inventory. This is caused by opening the inventory when you're not standing or swimming. If you're flying with an elytra, open it. The character might twist and turn in ways the game never anticipated in order to look at the cursor. You can bend all over the place. It's like shoving your whole head into your own pockets. Oh, I forgot I had cake in here. Did you know sand wasn't supposed to hang in the air waiting to drop on your head? That was originally a world generation bug, which becomes obvious when you touch it and it all comes crashing down. Mojang couldn't be bothered to fix this, however, and now getting suffocated out of absolutely nowhere is an everyday occurrence. Please don't be gravel. Please don't be... Oh, I give up.
Speaking of beds, did you know that there used to be a sky dimension planned for Minecraft? It was supposed to be a magical realm in the sky that you could access through dreams. Each time you went to sleep, there would be a chance you'd wake up here instead. Unfortunately, this idea was eventually replaced by the end. But I'd love to see them bring back this idea. While when you were busy having sniper duels or hiding away praying they wouldn't see you, skeletons have been hiding a dark secret. Okay, it's not that dark, but around 11% of them are actually left-handed and hold their bows differently to the rest. Apparently, this is to mirror the amount of real people who are left-handed. Also, even though wither skeletons can't spawn naturally with a bow, they still have a line of code that lets them shoot fire arrows when they're given one with commands. Weird, right? Have you ever noticed that the sky actually changes color during the wither fight? That's right, as soon as the fight begins, the horizon turns a deep, ashy gray, and some clouds become much darker. Too bad nobody will ever see this because we all fight the wither underground now. Like mole people. Putting carpets on top of fences lets you jump over them while keeping animals in. But did you know there's an even better way of doing this? Animals can jump over trapdoors just fine going one way, but if they try to leave, they walk straight into them. This makes it 100 times easier to collect animals and get in and out your pen without 1,000 chickens escaping through the gates. Did you know that you can tap into the ultimate power of the end crystal? This cool power generator design is built around an end crystal with stained glass to obscure or make it seem even more vibrant with power. Oxidized copper has an industrial yet sci-fi green color to really show it's high tech. Just make sure you don't touch the... Did you know that you can use signs to hide secret messages without writing on them? They're a little taller than a block high, so you can put carpet on top of them and they poke through. Some people use this to make patterns, but you can use them to hide secret words and messages that most players will never notice. I bet you've always wanted a huge house plant. No?
Well, too bad! If you put a lectern as the base of your plant and then build the greenery on top of that, then the stand of the lectern will have a thinner center. It breaks up the shape of the plant for a really fashionable addition to the home. I bet my neighbor isn't as cool as this, huh? Oh.
To cure a zombie villager, you need a splash potion of weakness and a golden apple. And a bed? Apparently being near to a bed helps to speed up the process. Not sure why that works.
Well, I can think of a few reasons.
The axolotl is probably the cutest animal in Minecraft. But did you know there's an axolotl so rare, just 1 in 1,200 axolotls spawn this way? The blue axolotl is the rarest mob in Minecraft. Would you look at that little guy? Huh, you thought I was gonna kill it for comedic effect? I'm totally above that. I lied! One of the simplest ways to really make someone mad in Minecraft is to simply just fill up their house with water. It takes you 2 minutes to place a bunch of water or ice on their roof, but will take them forever to place and break blocks everywhere to get rid of it all. If you want to be really evil, you can bone meal a bunch of kelp to make all of the water source blocks, so without sponges, they're gonna be there for years.